Luka Modric emerged from obscurity to become one of the greatest and most successful footballers of his generation. After once being rejected from playing football for being too small, Modric fought against all the odds to become a football heavyweight. He became a key man for both club and country and led them both to success. Teams often find it difficult to respond to his intelligence, ball control and passes. He was a difficult opponent to play against, played in numerous Champions League finals for his club, Real Madrid, and even played in a World Cup final for Croatia. So with his talent and what he has achieved, fans are left with the same question: how good was prime Luka Modric? Modric has never been a prolific goal scorer, but he recently became the oldest player to score at a European Championship, and his longevity cannot be questioned. Modric possesses great ball control and passing ability to open up defences. Of course, he scores some goals, some big goals, but he's much more than that. The midfielder would have wanted a better end to his story when it comes to international football, but he can hold his head up high that in a Croatia team that lost some of their edge, he was still exceptional. Despite his age, Modric dominated proceedings in a crucial match against Italy. He capped his performance with a goal just moments after missing a penalty, and yet this sums up his career. He always had a knack of bouncing back from adversity. His mentality has always been a strength of his, perhaps making up for his stature. His performance earned him the man of the match, but it wasn't enough to keep Croatia in the tournament. However, it was enough for Real Madrid to extend Modric's contract by a year, and that is saying something. President Florentino Perez doesn't hand out contracts to aging superstars lightly. Modric will always be associated with Los Blancos, especially after winning the Balon d'Or in 2018. There will be discussions of whether he deserved it, but his performances during that year merited the award. That is arguably Modric's best year as a professional footballer. He won the Champions League and finished the 2018 World Cup with a silver medal while being named player of the tournament. What made the World Cup even more spectacular was how impressive Croatia were on their way to the final. They dominated an Argentina team led by Lionel Messi, beat the host nation Russia, and also beat a much-typed England team in the semi-final. His performances were so crucial that it wouldn't be far-fetched to describe him as the heart of the team. Without him, the stories of Croatia and Madrid may have been different. For his efforts, he won the 2017-18 season UEFA Men's Player of the Year. This was a big deal because he won the award while competing with the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi and Neymar. Not exactly weak opposition for the award. As beautiful as being named UEFA Men's Player of the Year is, and getting the golden ball at a World Cup that had the best of the best, Modric achieved one more award in 2018. He received the aforementioned Balon d'Or. His 2018 couldn't have been better. Well, except for maybe beating France in the World Cup final. Nonetheless, he hit a personal height that many players could only dream of. Luka Modric was clearly in his prime in 2018, but how did it all start for him? Modric was born on September the 9th, 1985 in Zadar, present-day Croatia. He was the first child of his parents, but was raised by his paternal grandfather, who got killed during Croatia's fight for independence. Modric started playing football quite early and had the full support of his family. He trained under Domagoj Basic, a man he considers his sporting father. As a kid, Modric's ability was obvious. Sadly, his football career didn't proceed at the pace he wanted because of his weight and body size. In fact, he was supposed to get signed by Hajduk Split, but the deal didn't go through because he wasn't big enough. However, he wasn't ready to give up on his dream. Modric was able to move to Dinamo Zagreb when he was just 16. His journey to glory had begun, but little did he know that it would be a long one. Modric was only with Zagreb for a season before moving to the Bosnian Premier League. Still, there was instability surrounding his career. His new club loaned him to Zrinjski Mostar, and it was at this club that he began showing glimpses of what he could do. He had a great time in the Bosnian Premier League and was named Player of the Season. He was just 18, but was getting used to carrying a team on his shoulders. The next season, Modric moved to Croatia after he got loaned to Inter Zaprasic. He was only at this club for a season before moving back to Dynamo. Although Modric had been playing professional football for a while, he had yet to really enjoy any of the financial benefits. However, everything changed when he got back to Dynamo Zagreb. He put pen to paper for a 10-year deal and was able to move into the first team. That year, he won the league with his club and was able to score 7 goals in 31 appearances. He also won the league the following season. Things were finally looking up for the Croatian midfield maestro. By his 3rd season with Dynamo, Modric had grown to become the team's captain. In his 4 seasons at the club, he had 31 goals and 29 assists, and these numbers got the attention of Europe's elite clubs. A handful of top European clubs were looking to sign him, but in the end, he put pen to paper with Tottenham Hotspur. Modric moved to Spurs in 2008 and signed a 6-year contract. Although the North London club spent an ample amount on signing him, he wasn't an instant success. He picked up an injury pretty quickly and the English media piled on him. They felt he wasn't built for the physical nature of the Premier League. And Modric didn't respond to the media initially. He decided to do his talking on the pitch. After some stellar performances, he then replied to his critics in the media. He said, "Critics push you forward to show people they are wrong. Maybe I look lightweight, but I am a really strong person mentally and physically, and I never had any problems with my size." After joining Tottenham, Modric initially played as a number 10. However, he was later moved to the left wing, where he performed well. Modric brought a lot of versatility to the Tottenham midfield. This was good for the team, but bad for him, as he was moved around a lot. His teammate Tom Huddleston said his versatility was probably a blessing and a curse. He was that good that he had to play out of position for a bit. Modric had to play in an unfamiliar position for a while, but everything changed with the arrival of Harry Redknapp. Luka was moved to central or left midfield, and he played well in these positions. It was at this point that the world started to really see all that he could offer. Modric was so good that Redknapp planned to build his team around him. Not long after, he began playing in comfortable positions and he got his first goal in a competitive match. This goal came in a UEFA Cup match against Spartak Moscow, and 3 days later, he scored his first goal in the league. At the end of the 2008-09 season, the Premier League had seen what Modric had to offer, and his coach was full of praise for him. Just before the start of the next season, Harry Redknapp said, "He's a hell of a player and a manager's dream, so I'm told. He trains like a demon, never complains, will work with and without the ball on the field, and can beat a defender with a trickle pass. He could get into any team in the top 4. Modric stayed at Tottenham for 4 years. He became the pick of the top clubs, with Chelsea chasing his signature. However, he moved to Real Madrid for €30 million in 2012, and he had to wait just a little over 24 hours to win a trophy. This was the Supercopa de España, which Madrid won after beating Barcelona at the Santiago Bernabeu. Modric played less than 10 minutes after he came on as a replacement for Mesut Ozil in the 83rd minute. Settling in Madrid wasn't so easy for Modric. His first year was a failure and he was considered a bad signing for Madrid. The Real Madrid midfield had Ozil in attack and the pair of Xavi Alonso and Khedira in a deeper role, so the best Modric could do was come on as a substitute. Unfortunately, he was back to playing out of position, but it was only for a while. After the arrival of Carlo Ancelotti, Modric became a frequent starter and Madrid's best passer. He went on to win the Champions League in the 2013-14 season. After his first Champions League trophy, Modric extended his contract to 2018. This was also the beginning of his partnership with Toni Kroos, whose arrival from Bayern Munich coincided with Alonso's exit from Madrid. The partnership between Modric and Kroos birthed 5 Champions League trophies. Between 2016 and 2018, Modric won the Champions League back-to-back. It all came to a climax after he won the 2018 Balon d'Or and got to the final of the 2018 World Cup. Although being a recipient of the Balon d'Or was a personal achievement, it was the first time any other player than Ronaldo or Messi would win the Balon d'Or since 2007. So his win was definitely historic. Luka Modric has seen it all in football, and when we all expected him to hang up his boots like his teammate Toni Kroos, he was given a new 1-year deal. Already, he has 6 Champions League trophies, and with his new contract, he could add 1 more to his personal trophy cabinet. The player is nearing his retirement and will soon join his midfield partner Cruz. Will we ever see another midfield duo like this at Real Madrid? What's your personal highlight of Modric's career? Please put your thoughts in the comments below. And also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more football stories.